So, in a lush, green, deep forest in Kerala, an elephant by name Elsie Moll gave birth to her first baby elephant. This baby elephant was perfectly round, had a perfect round head, just like the moon. Elsie Moll looked at her baby and caressed it and was very happy and pleased to see her little baby. And Elsie's sisters gathered around her, and everyone was very, very excited looking at the baby. And they said, "What are you going to name her?" So Elsie replied and said, I want a name as beautiful as my baby's perfect round head. And so she decided to name her baby elephant Ambili, which means just like the moon in Malayalam. Now, Ambili, when just was 4 days old, something strange happened. She looked around her in the forest and realized that everything was so dark and the sky was grey. She could no more see the sun, and she wondered, where is the sun? Dark, grey, thick clouds had covered the sky. And everything was quiet in the entire forest. All that she could hear was the whoosh of the wind, as if it was just waiting to tear everything. And all the birds and all the creatures in the forest were just absolutely quiet, as if they were waiting for something to happen. Now, Ambili's mother and her sisters, Ambili's mother's sisters, they all gathered in a circle, and she noticed that all of them put up their trunks and were sniffing. And then something happened. Plick, plock, plick, plock, plick, plock. And she felt something cold and sharp hit her head. And she wondered, what's that? That was the rain. She hurriedly tried to tuck herself under her mother's tummy. "Oh, Ambili, it's just the rain," said Elsie Moll, her mother. But for Ambili, it was something very, very strange, which she had never experienced before. And she really didn't like the rain because she felt cold. She could feel drops of water falling on her head and her skin, and it just made her feel very cold. And the wind was still blowing, and then it was, the rain started increasing, and it was just raining more and more heavily. And as it was raining heavily, she tried to tug more and more closer to her mother. Now, all the elephants tried to push their babies for experiencing the rain, but Ambili seemed to be scared. Now, suddenly, she was startled by this strange noise. Trippik, frippik. And she turned to look, and it was a strange, shiny, big, fat creature sitting on a brown rock. And it seemed to look at Ambili and give a nice grin. "Hello, baby elephant," said the shining, fat animal. She could see its green skin and the yellow and black spots on the skin shining. And it also had some rainwater. "Hello, baby elephant," said the green frog. Now, Ambili didn't like being called a baby by this little creature, whoever it was. But she kept looking at the frog and answered, "Hello, who are you?" So the frog said, "Hello, baby elephant, who are you and what's your name?" So Ambili said, "My name is Ambili." By now, the frog had realized that Ambili was getting scared of the rain, or probably he realized that she didn't like the rain much. So Ambili turned back and asked, "Who are you? And why are you calling me a baby? I am 4 days old." "Oh," said the frog, "you are 4 days old? Well, and you are 4 days old and you haven't heard of me? I am Makdi the frog." "Makdi? And who are you, Makdi?" said Ambili. So he says, "You are 4 days old and you haven't heard of me? I am Makdi the frog, the king of the forest." Now Ambili got a little scared and said, "Oh," and something struck her head and she asked Makdi, "So, is this something that you make this happen?" "Oh, this, the rain." Now Makdi decided to have some fun with Ambili. So he said, "Well, yes, I love the rain. We all love the rain. And so, yes, this is something that I can do, because I am the king of the forest." So Ambili says, "In that case, you can make this stop as well because I don't like this rain." "Oh, come on, Ambili," said the frog. "Everyone loves the rain." "Krrrk, krrrk," said the frog Makdi, and within seconds there were 10 other frogs gathered around him. And since he decided to have some fun with Ambili, he said, so when Ambili said that, "Is this something that you can stop as well?" So he says, "Well, I can, but you know what? I don't want to because we all love the rain." However, Makdi thought to himself that, well, no one can stop this, not even the real king of the forest, but this Makdi thought only to himself. And as I said, he decided to have some fun with Ambili. So there were 10 other frogs who gathered around Makdi. Krrrk, krrrk. Now everybody seemed to enjoy the rainwater and they started hopping and leaping and jumping, and everyone was just gathering around Ambili, and even little splashes of water and mud was also getting splashed on Ambili. However, when she saw all the frogs dancing and hopping and leaping and jumping into these muddy puddles and splashing water, she forgot to get scared. And she realized that they were indeed having a lot of fun in the rain. And suddenly, all of them joined their hands in a nice circle and started to sing the rain song. "Rain, the rain, the rain, tip, tip, tap, and hip, hip, hop. We all love the rain. Rain, 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 and never go away. Hip, hip, hop, and tip, tip, top, and tip, tip, tap, and hip, hip, hop." And looking at all the fun and all the excitement, Ambili just forgot to get scared, and she decided to join them in their little dance and in their little hop and hip hop. And everyone just gathered and they all seemed to have a lot of fun. And there was a nice little pond there, and all the frogs decided to jump inside the pond. And Ambili also, ran behind them and splash jumped inside the pond. And when Ambili jumped, the entire all the frogs and all the water just splashed out, and they suddenly seemed to have more and more fun. And in the meanwhile, Ambili heard Elsie Mole call out to her, "My dear, it's time to go back home." So Ambili was now very, very happy, and she tells her mother, "Amma, do you know I met the king of the forest?" "You what?" said the mother. She said, "Amma, I met the king of the forest, Makdi the frog, and all her friends, and they all seemed to have so much fun in the rain. And I also had a lot of fun in the rain, and I am not scared of the rain anymore." Now, Amma, Elsie Mole, was very, very happy that, the baby was no more scared of the rain. But however, she told her that, well, there is still a lot more for you to learn, and felt happy that, at the end, Ambili had forgotten to be scared of the rain.